Welcome back to the channel. I went to go work out, went on a run, and in between that put a muffin in my mouth and took it out. Haven't eaten anything today to stay focused, to stay hungry, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I need you all to wake up. I have a lot of adult viewers, so that's how I'm going to be talking to you all today. And I want you just to be waking up, alright? APR rates are rising for houses, for cars. Alright, some of you are renting still. A lot of you are being forced to rent because you can't even think about buying a house. Understandable, okay? To start off, APR rates are rising for cars, houses. They're going up and down, right? Just like anything. Overall, they've been rising throughout the years. So, what are you going to be doing to prepare? I need you all to ask yourself, how much am I getting of a raise each year? Alright, for some of you that's just 3% of what you already make. Alright, those APR rates for houses are going up multiple digits in a year, within a month even. Alright, so is that equivalent to how much you're going to have to be paying off on a house, on a car later on in life? How many years, how much time you're going to have to be spending working while your percentage goes up 3% every single year while you're at a company? Things just aren't matching up anymore, right? Prices of produce is going up, gas prices go up and down, but sometimes they go pretty high up, right? So how are you going to prepare yourself? You need to be thinking about how much money you're going to be making and to be comfortable with your family, with your dreams, your goals. And for a lot of us, that's just not the money that we are making right now. So I need you all to be considering having options available. Having these options available by not getting the $450,000 house when you only qualify for a $400,000 house. And even if you were to get that $400,000 house, are you going to be living paycheck to paycheck? Are you going to have to be paying off other bills? Do you have kids? Do you have pets that you're taking care of? Alright, you have to consider these things. Alright, so how are you going to prepare yourself to put money in the bank? Alright, to have money to save up, to go live life still, to not just be working paycheck to paycheck, paying bills just to have a roof over your head and food that you might not even like to eat. Consider your options. Consider your options, alright? And don't have entitlement issues where you feel like you need to have that big house, that white picket fence right away. I need you to stay focused as well. Staying focused on the path that you are on right now to provide for your family. Finding different alternatives for you to be making different sources of income. Alright, you have to be brainstorming everything, your options, alright, but you have to take action. You have to take action on one of these alternatives, on building the business, on writing a book, on making YouTube videos, on doing something without it consuming your life, without it consuming the joys of your life. Okay? And that's a huge thing. If you stay focused on a business for a while and it just takes away from your family time, it takes away from your health, what's the whole point? Alright? You're just doing it all for the money, and we all know that's not what life is all about, right? There's more to life, even though money is important. But you need to be staying focused. By staying focused, you need to pick a few things that you will be working on in your life, okay? And putting energy into one path, one of those things at a time. Alright? If you choose to do 20 different things and you try to do it all at the same time, all your energy is going to be dispersed. Alright? You're not going to do it with the same clarity, with the same mindset, with the same goal, the perspective that you want to portray. You won't be doing that because you'll be worn out. You'll be thinking of other things. Your brain will be considering, what if this and what if that? Okay, I could be doing this and that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You need to be here and now, in whatever you are doing. Alright? And for a lot of us, we just don't like doing a lot of things, right? We like to relax. Alright, and that's fine. That's, these videos aren't for like those people that necessarily like to relax all the time and just work their 9 to 5 and be comfortable how they are. Alright, this is more for the go-getters out there that are trying to build more for their family, that are trying to build an empire, that are trying to build something that their imagination doesn't let them rest. It doesn't let them rest because they are thinking about these things that they could be doing, these things that need to be done, and not doing any of it. not doing any of it, being too afraid. A lot of us are too afraid, all right? A lot of us don't want to take that first step into that new world. All right, I knew nothing about YouTube before I started. I had to teach myself what kind of camera to buy, what kind of microphone, what kind of equipment. I have the basics for everything, and I'm here still trying to make YouTube videos for you all, not caring about having the best equipment, not caring about having the best audio. It's just me here, present, all right? Present, trying to work on those dreams that I have, all right? And literally staying hungry, like not eating a muffin. I put it in my mouth and I took it out because that was the whole objective today. That was the whole goal, was to stay hungry, to stay motivated, stay focused on what we're doing. And we all know we get better results by putting energy, all our energy, into one thing at a time and not doing multiple things at a time, right? Once you become the expert on doing those two things, like cooking or whatever, those things are different. All right, but when you're considering, like, you really want to maximize your results with your family, with the love that you have for them, with the love that you're trying to receive from them, with the communication that you're trying to build with them, with the business that you're trying to grow, with the relationships you're trying to build with your team, by rising your team members up, their spirits up. When you're trying to do all these things, it's better to do it one thing at a time. One thing at a time. All right, and it certainly does help to have that team there, to have those group of friends, those family members that are supporting you, that are supporting your dreams. If you have someone that's like, why are you doing this? That's just laughing at you. Like, come on, like, are you serious? Are you really doing that? Oh, like, get that person out of your life. Get that person out of your life, okay? And it doesn't mean that everyone has to be like all up in your stuff, like supporting every single thing that you launch or release and all that stuff. And if they're not doing it, they're fake. No, as long as they believe in your dream, that's all you need. That's all you need to be able to feel supported, all right? And if you have a team, a group of people that have the same kind of vision you do, or a vision that's similar, and you all are working in that same kind of industry together and trying to help each other out, that's when you can become pretty much unstoppable at that point, all right? As long as everyone's like putting in the work, everyone's doing things that need to be done, all right? There's things that we have to follow and everything, right? As long as we're all doing what we need to do, all those people could be growing from one another and growing as a team, all right? And supporting one another. When you feel like you're failing, all right, you can reach out to your team and your team might reach out to you. When you have people reaching out to you, when you're feeling down, that makes a huge difference. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of adults don't have that. We'll be on social media and all these other platforms having all these friends, and none of them will reach out to us. None of them, if we don't post things or we just, aren't like doing things, and it's fine. It's fine. It's not like we all need to be in each other's business and things. But those things that supposedly bring us together also can push us away from one another, all right? Because like, oh, I can just see that they're posting pictures and that they're fine and stuff. You don't really know if they're fine. Like, you need to be talking to them, communicating. Like, how are you going to know? Just because you talk to them once a year? Like, it's those things. It's those little things that are going to help keep you focused on whatever your goals are, all right? And not spending energy on those other things that are going to take you away from your path, take you away from what you are working on, all right? When you decide to stay focused on one thing and you're going to stay focused on another thing later in the afternoon or the next day, and things are just happening, try not to get pulled away. And if something happens, there's an obstacle, it might be your lucky day. It might be your lucky day, because what if that obstacle would have happened at a different time in your life? All right, where you maybe wouldn't have been able to handle it as well. It would have been a bigger obstacle to overcome. All right, maybe you have to look at things differently. Change your perspective. Change your perspective if you want to keep going. If you want to keep going year after year after year on your dreams and stuff, you have to be changing your perspective all the time when negative things happen to you, when there is obstacles in the way. And you have to be able to laugh things off and be like, oh, I can overcome this. Like, oh man, it's just another hiccup, but that's fine. I'm going to work harder the next day. I'm going to work harder the next morning. Or you know what, that's fine. I'm fine with like falling a little bit behind and stuff because I know I'll have this time over here to work even harder, okay? So it's all about finding a balance, but still finding that perspective and happiness in your life that will push you forward to keep doing the things that you dream about, the things that you have goals about, all right? And the thing is, when you decide to change your mind, it is okay. It is okay, all right? But I want you to consider, why did you change your mind? Is it because other people didn't believe in you? All right, because you were dependent on other people to make your dreams come true. And those people that you were dependent on just weren't there because they didn't see the vision like you did or whatever. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't have to be dependent on other people to make your dreams come true. But I want you to ask yourself, why? Why are you changing up this goal, this dream that you once had? All right, and live your life. Live your life still. Come up with new goals or whatever, and live that same kind of lifestyle towards those new goals. All right, and if there's ever a time in your life when those old goals come back, that opportunity comes back, and you're like, nah, this isn't what I wanted. I chose this type of lifestyle now. Ask yourself, why? Why did you choose that lifestyle, you know? And consider what you want to work on, what you feel like you deserve, all right? Sometimes because we want something and we don't get it when we want it, it doesn't mean that we don't deserve it later in life. It doesn't mean that we haven't been working for it our whole lives to get that anyway. And once we get it, a lot of us just want to give up. A lot of us don't want to do anything because we've gone through so much. We've been abused by the world, and some of us have been abused or whatever. And what are you going to do about it? Give up on those goals? Not have faith in yourself. And that's the next thing, is having faith. Having faith. All right, when things happen to you, when there's those obstacles that you can't really overcome, that you're like, oh man, like this is going to take a while, this kind of messed up a lot of things, it's hard to see a positive light to this. There might not be a positive light. Not at the moment. Not until you overcome it. Not until you see the benefits from overcoming it. All right, and the only really thing that's going to get you through those things is having faith. Faith in something positive. All right, you have to have faith in yourself, faith in a higher up. All right, faith in something that's going to push you through things when you need to accomplish the goals that you need to be there for your family, to be there for yourself, so you don't let yourself down. You let yourself down and you feel like you let your family down, right? You feel like the person that you've been talking about that you are and all this, and you don't do those things. You don't do those things, and now you're not the same man or woman that you think you are for your family, right? That's not true. That's not true unless you completely give up. If you don't give up, if you keep finding ways to do the things that you say that you're going to do, that's who you are. All right? And just because there's obstacles that get in the way doesn't mean that it takes away from who you are. It's the mindset. How are you going to overcome it? How are you going to jump over the obstacle? Knowing what you deserve. All right? I went from talking about APR rates to knowing what you deserve to jumping obstacles. I want you to start thinking. Start thinking. Wake up. What are you doing with your time? Do you want to be doing other things? If not, maybe you're happy. That's fine. That's what we strive for, right? To be happy, content with our lives. If you're not happy, what can you change? What's stopping you from changing? Fear? How about you just do it? See what happens. You never know. All right? I didn't know I was going to be talking about all these things on this video. I just had a really rough sketch in my mind. And here I am, just doing it. So, wake up. Wake up, everybody. Thank you for watching. You know, much love. I want you to know what you deserve. Truly know what you deserve. And don't give up on it. All right? And when things get tough, have faith in yourself. Try to find ways to be happy. Don't take it out on others. And try to serve to those around you too, if you can. Try to serve to your family. Try to serve, again, to yourself. Find time. Build that time. Don't slack off, and maybe you'll have time. Stay focused, everyone.